Investigating the death of a 10-year-old little girl is probably one of the more difficult things I've ever done. I'm Steve the Guardrail Guy. It was last year, Pinch, West Virginia. I was headed to D.C. for an AASHTO convention. I was credentialed as news media. And I went about 3 hours out of my way to this little town, and there was a little girl. Her name was Arabella Cummins. She hit a guardrail very similar to the one you see here. And when I got there, I found some roadside defects, roadway defects, pavement issues, some signage defects, but the issue, and much like this one, there's no cable anchor on that guardrail. I was able to speak with Senator Capito of West Virginia, who's in charge of the Environmental and Public Works Committee in the United States Senate, but this is primarily a states' rights issue, and it goes to the West Virginia Department of Highways. The issue is that we know that guardrails like this, they're not crash worthy, and we've known since about 1958. Let me repeat that. 1958. I actually have a news article. I have several of these magazines. June 1961, where Popular Science discussed this problem of anchorage. And like you see here, we have a guardrail that is unanchored. And this is Tennessee, and I could take you to Boston, Massachusetts, where a 3-year-old was speared. I could take you to Toronto, Ontario, Canada. I could take you to any red state, any blue state, any liberal province, any conservative province. I could take you to Kenya, where the governor was fatally speared. We've known this is an issue for a very long time. But what I uncovered today is that about 4 months after the crash which killed Arabella Cummins, and I remember at that crash that I could smell, her picture was right there on the side of the road. The guardrail was damaged. You could smell the oils from the truck that had spilled on the ground, and there were chocolate bars that had probably spilled out of this little girl's backpack. But 4 months after the crash which killed Arabella Cummins, the West Virginia Department of Highways has crash tested at Texas A&M that same configuration, unanchored guardrail, and it catastrophically failed. There are tens of thousands of these guardrails all across the United States. They know they're not crash worthy. Don't let your child be the next Arabella Cummins.